I used to ride the train a lot as a student, back when the pass was really cheap. But I've never understood why they would call it public transportation if you had to pay for it. Wouldn't that be a community transportation? If it's public, like a public restroom or a public park, why can't I just get on it and use it? So right now it's a lot of money to ride the train or get a year pass or a month pass or anything. So I've been, I like to say, riding it for free, and I just, I don't ride it all the time. I just do it every now and again just to save a little bit on gas, because I live in Provo and to drive to Salt Lake is pretty expensive too. This one time I went to get on the front runner, and as I'm kind of starting to get on, I just see two police officers, and I see one of the guys that says transit security or whatever, and I'm thinking, oh man, today's the day, like the only day that they check a year. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I won't get on, like let's see if they get on. So I'm trying to kind of look and, keep a tab on them, but I got lost in my phone, and whenever it came time to get on, I just looked around, I didn't see them, so I hopped on, and I thought, okay, they didn't get on this one. Well, last minute, like right as the door's closing, I'm on the bottom level, door's closing, and this arm just reaches in, and the two officers get on with me. So I'm thinking that, I don't know, I think the ticket's like $300 or something like that. So I'm like, not today. I go upstairs, and I'm just trying to think, like, maybe if I get exactly in the middle, they won't be able to get through everyone before they get to me. But then I noticed that the officers started on the same end. One started on the bottom on one end of the train, and the other guy started on the same end but up top. So I moved to the other side, and I actually saw that the doors open, and this was the first time I was actually changing through carts. So I moved to the next one, and I look back through the cart, and they're almost done, and they're about to come into the next cart that I had already gotten in. So then I moved to the next one, and like I started to notice as I started to move, these two guys actually moved with me. They went to the next cart, and I didn't think of anything of it the first time I went into a different cart. But on the third cart, we all just kind of like looked and nodded at each other like, I know who you are, like you're one of mine, and like we're fugitives together kind of thing. And we're sitting there, and we're really close. We're almost to the final stop. And right as is about to get off, the other guy actually got off, so he's home free, literally home free. And the other guy goes to get off, and we're almost to the Provo stop. And right as we go to get off, this officer kind of steps up to us, and he's there, like we hit the stop, the door's open, and he is standing there, and he's kind of like, do you guys have your tickets? And we get in this, funny who's who situation where we're both looking at each other and pointing at the other person like, not me, it's him, right? And I just got so lucky, and he just turns and looks at that guy and says, you. And while the guy's trying to kind of explain, I just like fade, like take 2 slow steps back, and the officer just doesn't even pay attention. And I'm out. I went around the side of the officer, got home, and I realized, crime can pay as long as you have a fall guy.